right, looks like we're live. That light is too bright right there. I guess it could like that. Not as bad. Oh, something's happening.
What's happening?
Did you see like it went like a red line across?
I did not.
All right, somebody else is here. Hi, Rock Simmer. Hey, Amy. How are you? Ooh, a lot of people just come in. Grandma's here. Thank you, Sandy. Hi, James. Hi, Charles. Oh, Charles, I saw that you sent me a message and I just haven't opened it yet. He said he was wearing my merch at work.
Nice.
I mean, I saw that blip, but I didn't see the picture. Hi, Nina and Katie. Hey, Anthony. Hi, Irene. Thank you, Amy. Hi, Rain and Susan. And thank you, James. I saw that on the post earlier that you said that. Anthony said hello. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Lindsay.
What? No.
And Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How many years?
22.
22. Well, yesterday when I was teaching my class, my little preschoolers are like 3 and 4 or 5. And I told them we're doing the calendar. And I said, tomorrow is my 22nd wedding anniversary. And I could hear their parents sitting next to them going, wow, and the kids are like, what? What's that?
I was talking to a guy at work this morning. I had to work today. And we were talking about something. And I said, how old are you? And he said, 22. So I laughed.
One of the reasons we didn't go live is at our normal time, like an hour ago, was we went out to lunch. So we didn't have to rush, and I'm taking care of the doggies. So I wanted to make sure I took care of them and not felt rushed. So Benny and Jasper, they're great. I need to go to the store and buy some more doggy cookies. I bought them some doggy pretzel treats. But I think they really like the doggy cookies. So they're almost gone.
Thanks, Amy, and thanks everybody else for the anniversary.
Yes, thanks, Danny Lynn. Katie, yes, I still, getting better. Okay. How long do they think you'll be there, Katie? Just stopping by to say happy anniversary. Thank you, Amy. Thanks, Rachel. Yes, the Phillips Honor. Yes, they're visiting family and some friends and stuff, but I think it's having to do a little bit more with the passing of his Nana. So June, is that thunder? We are getting some big major cloud coverage out front or outside. And yesterday we got some rain, which for the desert is a big deal. Ezra's like, we got rain like 364 days ago, huh? I'm like, I think so. It's been a while.
I buy my grandpuppies treats at Trader Joe's.
Oh, yes. Wait. Oh, she means her grandkids?
No, she means Kelly's dogs.
Oh, grandpuppies. Oh, okay. I'm like, is she talking about her kids? Because I always say, we don't need pets. We have kids. And they take a lot.
Yeah, still look as young. Well, Nancy, I appreciate the sentiment, but maybe that's not true.
So the picture I put in the thumbnail is about 7 years ago. 8 years ago.
8, I think.
Right after I had Ezra. I had done a whole 30, so I lost a few pounds, but my hair was darker.
I knew I was training for a triathlon. Right
Yeah.
So I was in better shape, much better shape than I'm in now. But I'm working on it.
Yep. It's just one of those things that you have to do a little bit every day. It's a good reminder to wake up and say, oh, there's our tall teenager. One of them, yeah. The other one's in the other room. 22 years, Kelly. We've been married for 22 years. Our oldest is 20. That's Isaiah. And then we have Kobe, who's 18 and a half. And then Jonas is 13. Ezra's 8. So, what happened with Danny Lynn? Somebody just said so sorry. Oh, bummer, Anthony, about your dog.
She lost her aunt to COVID-19 on Thursday.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
And 2 cousins are on life support. The one isn't expected to survive.
Now, were they all in the same family? So is it like your aunt and her kids, those cousins?
I've been texting back and forth with my dad, just with the passing of Tommy Lasorda in baseball. And then Don Sutton just died in baseball. And then Hank Aaron just died in baseball. It's been really crazy. And Larry King died today.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I just think it's one of those. It's going to be one of those years again, you guys. So
it's only January. Hopefully.
I know. Like, okay. Hopefully, it's not going to be like that. But I just think we have a lot of the baby boomers. Baby boomers are up there in age, right? They're all over 60 now, and I think that's unfortunately what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 51 years of anniversary on December 20th, 2020. Did you guys hear UCI is making a universal? No, I did not hear that. I keep hearing that there's many companies coming out still with their vaccines, so we're going to have lots of different ones to choose from for sure. They're the UK variant. Oh, is that Rock Summer? They're blaming the UK. Oh, on somebody's passing. Let me see, Rock Summer. She took a message down. How are the vaccines? I haven't had any of the vaccines. So I've had a few friends get them because they work for the city. I heard that the second dose is stronger than the first dose. So I did talk to somebody who told me they did have some side effects, but it was very mild. So hopefully the second one will be easier to take. A lot of deaths from the UK variant. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be part of this too, you guys, is that it's going to morph. It's going to make more strains and stuff. So, it's going to be one of the things, kind of like the flu, how some seasons the flu, I'm not saying it is the flu. I'm just saying that the flu does morph and change as well with different strains. Even if you're over 60, if you live in your basement, you don't get sick very often.
No, I read a story about a family that lived on a farm that rarely had to ever go into town, and they hadn't been into town for months, and somehow they contracted the virus. But their farm was hundreds and hundreds of acres, and they had no contact with anybody. So I don't know, maybe it was airborne long enough to get to them.
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't know. I have no idea, but maybe something happened. Maybe they picked up mail or something. They had
or feed or something for the animals, and the farmers who gave it to them. Maybe that's what happened. Dina, that is also a choice, right? For now, I think we have our decision. I don't know if it's going to be readily available in the U.S. until, gosh, it sounds like March, April, or after then. Right now, it's just kind of like essential workers and first responders and hospitals. I would imagine teachers are going to probably be up there to get their vaccine. But I am so curious to know what's going to happen if people choose to not. But that's another topic for another day, you guys, because I think, okay, if you don't mind, can you explain the symptoms you had? If not, here message. Okay, Courtney, so quickly, I thought I had a stomach bug. I had an upset stomach. I don't remember getting a headache, but I instantly felt flu-y, like aches, pains, high fever. I went to bed pretty early, chills in the middle of the night. I think my highest the temperature got was about 104. But the whole time I drank lots of water. I drank Gatorade because I remember hearing somebody say that they felt like they drank a lot of Gatorade when they were on the cruise ships, and that helped. So I drank at least 2 Gatorades a day and 2 to 3 big, huge cups of water. So I was using the restroom kind of a lot. And I within my fourth or fifth day, I lost my smell and my taste, and so that's when I knew I needed to go get tested. Up to that point, I thought it was just a stomach bug, and so I went into the doctor's about day 8. Day 11, I got my positive result, which then Paul left work right then and there to get tested. We didn't find out for him until 8 days later. So now that's 19 days of quarantining until he got a negative result. So, so that was most of the month of June. So it started about June 4th. And I think the first time I really left the house and I was so nervous was like June 27th, where we went to a baptism. We're all wearing masks. It was just me and Ezra, and but no symptoms. I did feel tired after my symptoms subsided. I didn't have smell or taste for a month. So I think that's kind of what people ask me the most.
Violet said, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Violet.
It's also my parents' anniversary.
Ooh.
And my mother's birthday.
So we like how it's our anniversary is easy to remember. January 23rd, 1, 2, 3. And Ezra's birthday is also 1, 2, 3, but December 3rd.
And his birthday is my half birthday and vice versa.
Oh, yes, that's true. So do you want to tell everybody how we met? I think if you've been around here long enough, you might already know that we met online. So think about.
No, I don't want
to tell. Maybe you could tell the Taco Bell story. So we met online, which if you know people who have met up on like Tinder or, eHarmony or, these kinds of apps have only been around, in the last decade or so. Is it around?
Dozen years or so.
And so think AOL chat room.
Dial up.
Dial up.
For those of you who are old enough to remember dial up. But it wasn't like super blind.
No.
Because when I was a missionary, I knew somebody that Ines knew. So it was.
We had a mutual friend.
And we decided to meet up halfway between Las Vegas and Long Beach.
Yes. And so
where do we meet?
At the train station in Barstow.
The McDonald's train station.
Mm-hmm. And so I got there a few minutes early and I was kind of looking for him. And he said he was looking for me. And he said if he would have spotted me.
I was just kidding.
If he said I wasn't cute, he was going to leave.
I'm not that kind of person.
Although we had been sending pictures to each other, so we kind of knew what we looked like.
Yes.
So, yeah. And it worked out, obviously. But I had left my truck there because we had driven in car. So I left my car in Barstow and then came back to it after like a day or two, but never. And my cassette tape that was inside melted like that.
July.
Yeah, it was in the summer.
July of 1998.
Yeah, so it was really hot. Some of my cassette tape it melted, like it was funny.
It was Brian McKnight.
Yeah, it was. Look at him. That's good. Yeah, Netscape. I think I used AOL.
Yeah, it was an AOL chat room we met on.
Yeah, and it was like a Mormon, an LDS chat room, and so that was kind of fun that we were able to do that. And then we were dating for about a couple months.
First we have to put the Taco Bell story in.
Oh yeah, okay.
And were we at the beach? Is that what happened?
Yeah, we went to the beach one of our weekends because he would start coming out on the weekends.
Yeah, so I'd leave work and go out on the weekend, and so we were at the beach and we decided to go to Taco Bell after. What? Anyway,
so we went to the beach.
Yeah. So we went to the beach and we decided to go to Taco Bell afterwards. And this is when we had just we'd only been seeing each other for maybe a couple weeks. and a girl at Taco Bell wanted to come over and talk to me. That she was working, and then she
She was
asked,
very friendly.
very friendly. Then she asked Inez, "Is that your boyfriend?" And she said, "Yes."
So that was before we had the talk. And so he was like, well, guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Which was good for me, because then I didn't have to do that awkward thing.
Yeah. So that was fun. And that was the time that half your face was burnt.
Oh, I put that picture on Facebook.
Did you? Okay, so we were at the beach. We spent a few hours there or whatever. And because he was like, he turned to talk to me, half of his face was burnt. And so that was in pictures. I met my past boyfriends through mutual friends. Yeah, I mean, however you get to meet friends and stuff, I think is always the best.
But what's funny is one of the very, very first times we met Danny and Tina, we were at church, and Ezra, right, was in nursery, which is 18 months up to
3-year-olds.
3-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And so he was just barely in nursery, and
I was in charge of it.
Yeah, and I went in to help Ines because I think she was shorthanded, so I went in to help her out. And hey, there goes Kobe. He didn't want to say hi. So we're Tina had Emberlyn in there, and we're talking, and she's like, "How'd you guys meet?" And I was like, I hate the story.
Well, because even back then, I mean,
it was still a little taboo.
Yeah, it was a little more taboo for sure.
But then we said, we met online, but we didn't always tell people we met online. We used to tell people we met through a mutual friend. But anyway, she's like, "That's how Danny and I met. We met online too." And I was like, "Oh, cool. You guys can be our friends."
Yeah. And one of the times that I guess Danny and Tina had to speak in the evening at what they call a fireside. And Tina went into like a lot of what she'd struggled with or just how she became a member of the church and things like that. And just hearing her story, I'm like, I wasn't even supposed to be at this fireside. I was just dropping off my kids. And I just sat around and stayed because I figured, why go all the way back home and come back for like an hour? And so I sat in on it and listened. And I'm like, we have to be friends with them. So I knew it. Let's smash the like button. Yeah, James.
I was the first one to do that.
Yes.
I also made the first comment. I have an inside track.
Did you both know instantly that you had met the one?
I was instantly attracted to Ines. I liked her personality. I felt like she was the right amount of, I don't want to say aggressive, but
hi, Joanna. Yay.
I was always shy.
And our boys are like that too, like their dad.
So, and Ines made up for that. So where I failed, like
he didn't fail,
or where I wasn't so outgoing, she kind of brought that up. And I've kind of felt like that over the last 22 years that everything that I don't have, Ines completes.
Aww.
So as far as did I know she was one, I knew that she could be the one. And I also don't think that, and this is going to sound very romantic, I don't think that there is one. I think you can be compatible with different people.
I agree with that too.
And but by the end of that first date, I was like, wow, I really like her a lot.
Yes, that was kind of how I felt too. Like after our first date, I think we said we liked each other. This is worth working it out. That's why we said, let's start making. Oh, thanks, Charles. I've never met someone online. I don't want to meet a serial killer.
Like Captain Crunch.
And so it just worked out for all of us. It was kind of nice to bring him to California because he did a lot of his family vacations there. So he was very familiar with things around where I lived. And then just for me, the first time coming to the Las Vegas area, I remember that first weekend I came on a plane. I flew over, even though I visited before, but the first time I flew over here, it was so hot. It was in the middle of the summer and it was so windy. And I'm like, oh, it feels like a blow dryer here, and then I just remember Paul taking me like to his parents' house and And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I still lived with my parents. I was only 20.
He just barely came back from a mission. So he was working and about a year after, right?
Yeah.
And so he was working and saving money and stuff like that. So I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, I am going to live in the dirt. Like it is just dirt here.
First date, you already thought you were going to live here? Yeah, I mean,
no, it was like a few weeks after. Because I think those first couple of weeks you kept coming out to me. And then I came out to meet your family.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
office romance, me not.
I remember her telling me that after everything went well and everything, we really liked each other. I remember her telling me that she told her friends from work, hey, this is where I'm going this weekend. If anything happens, this is where I went. Do you remember that?
I know.
So I was like, hey.
I had moved out on my own, so I was in my own place and stuff. So it was, I just wanted people maybe just to make sure I was okay.
Did either of you initiate a breakup with a past relationship? Neither of us were seeing anybody when we met.
Not when we met.
No.
But as an initiated a breakup, that comes sometimes with dating. Unless you ghost them. I did that once. I'm playing Animal Crossing newly themed hotel in Las Vegas, so that's cool. Don't kill Captain Crunch. No, in fact, Super Bowl is almost here. You're going to need the regular Captain Crunch to make
Captain Crunch chicken.
Captain Crunch chicken, you guys. That stuff is so good.
I don't want to correct you, but it's not Captain Crunch.
What is it?
Captain Crunch.
It's Captain
Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
I can't even say it now.
Look, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. That's right.
There's an apostrophe in there somewhere that knocks out like 3 letters. Yeah, so we dated and we got engaged within a couple months, right?
Mm-hmm. We were within a couple months. He had asked me to get married, and then within 4 months
of that.
So later, so we met and married in 6 months.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me how my steps are going. Good. Yesterday, I didn't get to 10,000. I probably got to about 6,000 or so. I just wasn't feeling well in the evening. And I'm still I woke up with a headache. So I've kind of been slow to go. And I'm only at about 4,000 steps right now. But I'm feeling determined.
So Kathleen wants to know how to make Captain Crunch chicken. Do you want to talk about that now? Or are you going to do something? You have a video?
I think I have a couple videos. It's just cut your chicken. I think the thinner your chicken is, the better, because it'll cook faster and more evenly. And so just kind of slice them into nugget, strips or, strips. And so flour, egg, and then roll in the Captain Crunch, right? Flour, egg, roll in the Captain Crunch.
Yeah, dry, wet, and Captain Crunch.
Yeah, yes. Dry, and then fry them in oil. It's great.
Nina said, Paul knew he had a treasure in you, Ines. That's true.
Aw, thanks, guys. Somebody said they could see me as a nursery person. that would be the perfect. And I did it for over a year, and I told them I would do it as long as they needed me, as long as Ezra was in there. And then it feels like as soon as I said that, I got called out.
Yeah.
So,
by called out means she got released.
I got another calling. So never heard of that. How do you make it? Okay. I like Honey Nut Cheerios. We are fans of Honey Nut Cheerios too. Actually, all Cheerios are gluten-free. No, not the oat one. The majority of them are gluten-free.
That is true.
Could you do those in the air fryer, or have you? I have not.
I think I'd rather have them in regular oil.
Yeah, I think it's got the thing with the oil is that it does give it a good crisp around. And what I learned about the air fryer with
batters.
Yeah. With the onion that we did is I used a butter cooking spray. And so you almost have to drench it in the spray to give you that coating cover. So
which is no different than deep frying it.
Well, it's healthier. It's a healthier version, but it is going to be using a lot of your the butter spray. So if that's what you want to do and spray it heavily before you put it in the air fryer, you may get a good crisp. So that might be something.
Wow, Lorraine, Lorraine said she met and married her husband within 8 weeks, and then at 27 years, she passed on my dad's birthday.
Wow. The
Yeah.
21st, yeah.
On my dad's
27 years.
during
Oh,
surgery. Sorry to hear that.
yeah.
But you got 27 years with them. Hopefully they're all awesome.
Beautiful. A mother of 10. Oh my goodness, how do you do it? Well, we only have 4, so 10 would be a little bit harder. And I think that
Probably
probably.
talking to Katie.
Oh yeah, Katie does have 10. She should write a book.
Yeah. Something to keep her busy. Just kidding.
That's funny. Do another breakfast recipes. Maybe I will. I need some ideas, you guys. I'm running out of some.
That's why it's 2 videos a week. No.
Yeah, no, really.
It just takes a lot of time.
I am working too, so it's not as easy to do them. I would win. James, Kathleen, I don't know. 2 sets of twins. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do another one. Okay, so I want to try. Hi, Ines. Hi, Ines. Hi. Hey, Lorena. Welcome. So, okay, so we met and married in 6 months. We got married here in Las Vegas. And so I moved here about
December 18th.
Yeah. So I finished my fall semester at the school I was teaching at and had already given my notice. So that was right before Christmas. And I just remember I ended up living with Paul's parents. So it was like having another set of parents, and they treated me so nicely over Christmas. I just remember getting like all these presents, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like almost uncomfortable because I got like a bedspread and I got like just really nice, thoughtful things, and I was like not used to that. And then our anniversary or our wedding was January, obviously January 23rd, and it was a beautiful day. It was a little bit windy, but it was windier in the evening. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like super freezing cold. I remember that.
No, it wasn't.
I was expecting it to be not great weather because it's January, but it was actually a very nice day. I mean, chilly, but not bad. Let's see. I'm going to make chicken soup tonight. That sounds so good.
Any upcoming food going on the smoker?
We keep talking about him getting a brisket.
Yeah, I really want to do a brisket. In fact, one of my former bosses, who's a friend of mine, I called him. He's a vice president of a commercial contracting company here in Vegas. And I was talking to him yesterday, and he said, hey, my wife got me a Traeger for Christmas. And so we were talking. We probably spent 20 minutes on the phone talking about barbecue yesterday. And he said that I was thinking about you because I did a brisket. And he lives probably, maybe
a mile?
If that, maybe 3/4 mile away. And I was like, he said it was so good. It was the best brisket I ever had on the Traeger. I just did it on the Traeger. And I'll get back to, I see another question there. Anyway, so he said, yeah, I was thinking about you. And I said, but you didn't think about me enough to bring it to my house?
Yeah, because he's like, I had so much leftovers.
Yeah. Oh, I had a lot of leftovers. Big brisket, and it's just him and his wife. I think one of their daughters lives there. And I was like, but you didn't bring any over.
Somebody said they're making taco soup. I love taco soup. And then somebody said that I should make huevos ranchero. And they said, but they know that I'm the only one that eats eggs.
That is burnt ends. I want to make burnt ends so bad.
Yeah, Paul's mom likes burnt ends. She's on here.
And I've actually done kind of a variant of, well, there's still burnt ends, but I've done it on a pork loin that turned out really good. Mm-hmm. But I want to do it with beef.
Any plans? Well, we went out to lunch for our vacation, our anniversary, and Paul got me some flowers. So that was super nice. And that's probably about what we're going to do today.
Yeah. There is a UFC fight on tonight.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get that for Paul. Somebody asked what our favorite vacation was.
Yeah, we answered this one recently a couple times. So I have 2 that stick out to me often. And one is a family trip we took with my mom and a couple of my aunts and a couple of uncles.
And we took all our kids.
And we took our kids at the time.
That was before Ezra, though.
Yeah, Jonas was a baby, right?
Yeah, younger. He'd be like about 20 months-ish.
Yeah, toddler.
Mm-hmm. McGregor.
And we went to Disneyland, and we spent a week there. We got a hotels with all next to, or a hotel with all rooms all next to each other. That was a lot of fun. Had so much fun. And what I remember, I actually don't remember what time of year it was that we went. It was no, yes, I do. It was around Halloween.
Yeah.
And I remember my aunt and uncle, who were, my aunt's only about 10 years older than me, and my uncle, no, my aunt's the same age as me, and my uncle's 10 years older. Mm-hmm. And we went on Space Mountain, got off, there's no line. So we went and got back right back on, and then rode the ride, got off, went right back on. So we did that all while other people were resting.
So Aiden just asked if we have like a rule on providing snacks to kids' friends when they come over to our house.
Yeah, bring your own snacks.
No, we are. I don't have like open pantry, but I do have enough little stuff here that I offer them something usually. If they're here for more than an hour, like the neighbors' friends, like they just run in and out of the house that I can't keep up sometimes with them. But if they're here and it's around lunchtime or so, and I'm already starting to make lunch, then I'll ask if they want to have some lunch with us. And then I'll just make sure I cut an extra apple or, just make some more, an extra sandwich or something. But we do have like lots of little snack things, not like tons, but lots of little ones. And so I just let them sometimes just pick something out of the pantry, but not open pantry. So that can be pretty expensive, right?
Okay. And vacation number 2.
Oh yeah. Vacation number 2.
It's got to be Brian Head.
Yeah, I love Brian Head. That was so fun.
It was so much
and we've
fun.
done a lot. We've done a few different ones with our friends too. And I think it's all great. They're all great, the vacations, but I think because it was the first one, it makes it a little special.
The location was good too.
Yes, it was. Okay, so getting out of the heat, it was just so wonderful.
High up in the mountains at a ski resort in the summertime. It rained. It was beautiful. It
was almost cold. It was lovely.
Oh, it was awesome. And there's actually, the Phillips have a vlog on that, or a video on it.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think I just did one or something like that.
But yeah, if you want to go watch it, it was so much fun. It was like 4 or 5 days of just nonstop laughing, and
it was great.
Yeah, and the kids all got along well, and they always do normally, but it was just awesome.
Yes. Hi, Izzy. So we are not sure if we're going to have like a get together for Super Bowl. So we'll see how that all works out. Maybe we will. And if I do, then maybe I'll do a video on those snacks. So maybe you'll get to see the Captain Crunch. Captain.
I love the rain today in Southern California. The smell of rain is like one of my favorite smells.
So they have rain in SoCal. So that's probably why it looks like we're going to get some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Send it our way.
On Monday, there's an 80% chance now of rain.
And we have snow in the forecast.
No, we don't. Not anymore.
Never mind.
I will keep saying this, but St. George, which is just a couple hours away, steals our snow every time. And our extra rain. I'm like, we have like 3 days of rain. And I'll look again, and it's only 1. And then St. George has like 3 days of rain with a chance of snow.
I'm actually fine with them taking our snow. I don't want any snow here.
Well, I think it would be fun.
Well, you don't have to drive to work.
I know. That's true. I just stay home and work online. Yes, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I teach on Outschool, which the preschool class on Outschool, and I've been doing 3 different classes. It's been super fun, Monday through Thursday. So I'm pretty much done with my day at 11:30. So every day. It's been fun.
Another funny story, when we were dating, we were probably engaged already about this time. I went to Inez's school to meet people there, I think.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay, finish the story and then I'll tell you if you're right.
It was a little boy.
Uh-huh.
I had this little boy who was in my class. He loved me. Like, he held my hand wherever I went.
But who can blame him?
He was just a cutie pie too. He would, and then, if we were out in the yard, he'd like a hug, or sometimes I'd hold him on my lap or on my hip or something, which I was a young assistant teacher back then, or newly teacher. And I've learned that that's probably not always the best idea to have one child manipulate your time. Anyways, I've learned. But he was so cute, very cute. And he met Paul.
He wasn't a fan of me. So she said, I don't even
Something
know.
like, this is Paul and we're going to get married or something like that.
And he said, hi, freak.
And then just kind of went away, walked away, and wouldn't play. We called him a freak.
I laughed.
We all did.
I
That was
still
so
laugh.
funny.
And now that kid has got to be like late 20s, right?
I'd say mid 20s,
mid-20s.
like 25. He was 3 back then. Yeah.
No, he never had Inez's heart, Amy. He wanted it, but obviously that wouldn't work out.
I just, a lot of kids were very, you know, I had a lot of connections to a lot of kids and their families. This was part of the family dynamic that they had cousins also at this school. And then once a week, me and all of the teacher friends of mine, we'd all go rollerblading after school, like with them. And once a week. So it was like great exercise. They were so kind. And no, that wasn't that family. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was like they were friends with another family, but it was all like we just knew each other. When I hurt my knee when we were dating, I hurt my knee. One of their this family was doctors, and then so she took care of my knee and sent me to go get X-rays. And I didn't have any insurance, so working in a school, you get close to families, not just to kids. So I had a boyfriend in preschool and he would literally make his mom get whatever I wanted. How did you even know? Like, I want roses. I have 5, Michelle, 5 of them. Way to keep them warm. Let's see. So, yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are dealing with snow and colder weather for sure.
Carstow, yes, we were. Inez had been, and she had joined the faith that I belonged to about 5 years before we met. 4 years.
Yeah, I was 17, and we met when I was 23.
No, that's when we were married.
Oh, so I was 22, turning 23. Yeah.
You know what's really not crazy, but when I first got home off my mission, it was like July of 1997. And I remember being in this chat room and seeing this name in there that was Inez's name. And we talked briefly, maybe, I'd guess maybe 10, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever it was. And then she went, we didn't talk again. And then, I went on dates with other people. She went on dates with other people. She was in California. I was in Nevada. And then went back on that same chat room and saw her like a year later and said, hey, I remember talking to you however long ago, a year ago. And so I was about 22 then. Yeah, I just turned 22. And then that's when you're like, hey, we should meet.
Yeah, I was forward like that.
Yeah. I was down.
I had just moved out. I was like, my parents aren't going to stop me now. Telling people at work, I'm going to be in Portstow with this guy. Oh, goodness. So, yes, it all worked out. Obviously, we have 4 beautiful boys, and we've been, our personalities, like Paul said, are where we're deficient in one area, make up in the other area, the other person makes up. And we don't really argue.
No, and I don't want to say it's scary because it's not, but there are times where we just are thinking the same things, and I'll say something. I was just going to say that, or I was just going to tell you that, or she'll say something. I was like, I was just thinking that exact same thing. That happens all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it's just part of being married, being on the same page for so long. I saw that Kathleen's in Yankton, South Dakota. Kathleen, I used to live in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Well, Yankton, I can't remember where Yankton is. I remember hearing of it. Is it kind of in the east central part?
Let's see. So yeah, it's been good. We should plan something though as we hit other milestones in our anniversary.
We got 25 coming up in 3 years.
And then 30. Maybe, with the boys, one of our boys said, our oldest now, Kobe, our second one. He's like, I didn't know I was supposed to tell you guys happy anniversary. And I was like, what? People tell us happy anniversary on Facebook. Like, it's so like, they're not even our family. I mean, our family does say it, but he's like, I didn't realize as kids, we were supposed to do that for you guys. And I'm like, we're going to need to have a talk because he's going to have to throw our like 50th anniversary parties. And yeah, well, we'll have to make sure they all do it and help. So thank you. That is so sweet. We do get along pretty well.
Yeah. So Kathleen, I have been to Sioux Falls. In fact, I lived in Madison and I lived in Brookings, and I used to go to Watertown a lot, all right on that Minnesota border, and Aberdeen, close to North Dakota. I lived in North Dakota too. So yeah, Yankton is like an hour and 30 minutes away from there. That has to be going west, right? I don't know. And obviously I went through like Rapid City, and I got to see a beautiful Waldrug a couple times.
Yeah. Amy, you are so right. Boys do need to be taught these things. So I feel like we've been doing our best to raise really great kids. I mean, we're trying our best to do that. So now it's just kind of like the extras, like the be mindful of people and how to celebrate them. And yeah, we're going to have to sit down pretty soon.
What's funny is I was talking to kind of my second command at work, and I was like, no, it was, well, I have like two team leads under me that report to me, and I was talking to one of them, and I've always admired how Ines can work with kids because I don't think I could. And I was telling this guy, Jesus, I said, sometimes I feel like I work with kids at work. I don't know why I just said that. Something triggered that.
See, he did that. Aiden said that just wait until you live in a care facility and trying to see them balance the roles in reverse. Saying happy anniversary has extra special meaning. Well, hopefully, I know it'll happen. Like we'll get old. Hopefully not for a long time though.
I don't really want to live in a care facility.
No. Thank you, Mary Morgan. She said happy anniversary. Very nice. Okay, it says tell the boys their future spouses will appreciate it. Yes, that's true. So we probably should head out. We've been on for a while. So I'm so glad that all of you have joined us today to make this day even more special for us. So if you haven't liked the live, please consider doing that. It helps in YouTube land. So we'll do that. And we've had a great day. It looks like we might get some rainy weather here in a little bit. So
and some soup. If you have a few minutes, say a little prayer that Conor McGregor wins tonight.
Not that we're gambling or anything and hoping that he has it.
I didn't gamble. No.
He's just a very good fighter.
I'm a fan of McGregor.
So we'll see you guys all next week. We hope you have a wonderful week and that you're able to get good stuff done and you can think about love stories or whatever it is going on. You can think about us. I'm actually 22 years.
I'm a fan of both fighters in the main event, Poirier and McGregor, but I want McGregor to win. Yes. Anyway.
All right. So have a wonderful day, guys. Stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. So we'll see you next Saturday. Let's see. Bye to Aiden. Bye, Katie. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Sandy. Bye, Carsto. Is it Karen? I think it's Karen, right? Kathleen. Bye, Rain. Bye, Nina. Bye, Katie. Bye, Mika. Bye, Amy. Bye, Janelle. Bye, Izzy. Thanks, Rain. Bye, Jen. Thank you. Bye, MJ. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Iz. Yes, it's Karen. I thought so. Bye, everybody.